Imagine a world without cities, without countries, without writing, a world where humanity was just a whisper on the wind. For thousands of years, this was our reality. We were wanderers, hunters and gatherers, moving with the seasons and the herds. But then, something changed. Something truly remarkable happened. It wasn't a sudden explosion or a message from the stars. It was the slow, steady, and powerful pull of water. The great rivers of our planet began to call to us, offering a promise of a new way of life, a life of stability, of abundance, and of incredible possibility. These were not just any rivers, they were mighty arteries of the earth, coursing through vast, arid landscapes. The Tigris and Euphrates, a turbulent pair in a land of dust. The Nile, a serene and predictable lifeline through an endless desert. The Indus, a wide and mysterious river flowing through a fertile plain. And the Yellow River, the mother river of China, powerful and sometimes destructive. Why the rivers? What was their secret? The answer is simple, yet profound. Water is life. Survival was a daily battle against hunger and thirst. A reliable source of fresh water was the ultimate treasure. Early humans understood this instinctively. They followed the rains, they followed the springs. Rivers offered permanence, a place to drink, a place to find food, fish in the currents, birds on the banks, animals coming to drink, a constant, accessible source of sustenance. But the true magic was what the water carried. Every year, these great rivers overflowed their banks. Floods seemed like disaster, but they were a blessing. As floodwaters receded, they left thick, dark, fertile silt. Silt, a natural fertilizer packed with nutrients. It turned hard land into a farmer's paradise, renewing bounty year after year. This made large-scale agriculture possible. People no longer had to move to find food. From this fertile ground, 4 distinct and brilliant civilizations sprouted almost simultaneously in different corners of the world. They were separate, yet they shared a common parentage in the rivers that sustained them: Mesopotamia, Egypt, the Indus Valley, ancient China. The first of these, blossoming between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, was Mesopotamia, modern-day Iraq. Here, in a region known as the Fertile Crescent, Sumerians, Akkadians, Babylonians, Assyrians. Their world was one of unpredictable floods and constant struggle, shaping their view of the gods and destiny. Far to the west, another giant awoke along the banks of the Nile River. This was ancient Egypt. Unlike the chaotic rivers of Mesopotamia, the Nile's floods were predictable and gentle. This reliability gave Egypt a sense of order and eternal stability. They saw their pharaohs as gods on earth, guarantors of cosmic order. For millennia, the Nile's rhythm shaped one of history's most enduring civilizations. In the east, the Indus civilization mastered planning and sanitation in cities like Harappa and Mohenjo-Daro. Their script remains undeciphered. Along the Yellow River, China's sorrow demanded strong government and collective labor. The Shang and Zhou rose here, laying foundations that would shape China for millennia. How do you go from a small village to a sprawling city? It begins with control. To harness the power of the rivers, they learned to manage them. They developed irrigation, digging canals that carried water to crops. Larger areas farmed, more than one harvest per year. They built dikes and dams to tame floods. Immense cooperation followed. Organization led to governments. Leaders managed surplus and distributed food. Laws needed enforcing. Armies formed. Power centralized. Kings, priests, officials, soldiers. Food security and leadership let settlements grow into cities. Mesopotamia, Babylon, Egypt, Memphis and Thebes. Indus Valley, Mohenjo-Daro. Grid-like streets and sophisticated drainage. Cities buzzed with trade, culture, and innovation. Surplus meant specialization. Artisans and merchants thrived. Priests honored the gods of river and harvest. Scribes kept accounts of grain, taxes, and laws. For most, life was hard work. Planting, weeding, harvesting. Simple houses, multi-generational families, modest, river-fed diets. A pantheon governed fate: the sun, the sky, the earth, the river. The challenges of complex society sparked a fire of ingenuity, writing foremost among them. In Mesopotamia, cuneiform emerged around 3200 BCE. In Egypt, Hieroglyphs blossomed in parallel. Writing preserved knowledge across generations. The wheel revolutionized pottery, then transport and warfare. Chariots transformed battle and mobility. Geometry and arithmetic underpinned temples, pyramids, and canals. From base 60 came our minutes, hours, and 360-degree circle. Metalworking ushered in the Bronze Age. Calendars synchronized fields and festivals. Hammurabi's code set written, visible laws for all. No civilization is isolated. Trade networks linked far horizons. Donkeys on land, boats on rivers carried grain for timber, copper, and stones. Goods traveled, and so did ideas. Wealth drew conflict over land, water, and roots. Armies rose and empires formed. Technology diffused. Writing, the wheel, metalworking. The Phoenicians refined an alphabet that spread across the Mediterranean, ancestor of many scripts today. A shared pool of human knowledge accelerated progress for all. In exchanges, peaceful and violent, the world grew smaller and more connected. Do these ancient worlds really matter today? The answer is yes. Their foundations are so deep we seldom notice. We live upon them. Your device descends from the wheel and early mathematics. Our 7-day week echoes Babylonian skies. City life, laws, taxes, public works, born in river valleys, written law, from Hammurabi onward, shapes justice. Myths and faiths share ancient roots, stories of creation and flood. Science traces to priests who mapped stars and seasons. The Nile still waters Egypt, the Tigris and Euphrates still wind through Iraq. The Indus and Yellow River still run, reminders of resilience and fragility. Civilization requires cooperation, innovation, and stewardship. Their challenges, water, conflict, climate, are still ours. The river of time flows onward, but its sources lie in those ancient valleys.